close this now. So we've got. I could also close Opera, to be honest. Is there anything that I need open? There's all of these stuff. All my schools. That's relatively easy to reload. Close it. Which Opera? Awesome. Okay, we've hopefully shaken a lot of the annoying stuff. Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? So I do want to work on this because I know it'd be fun, but I do also have redrawing wise, I'm kind of like midway through this already, and I kind of want to keep. It's a good mindless activity because I keep messing stuff up with it. But then I also have stuff that I can redraw. Let's see. Butterfly Girl is what I did last year when I was doing this. I did Butterfly, like, if it's dates wise, then Butterfly Girl is what I was drawing last New Year's when I was being super antisocial, so maybe I'll do that. And this was me trying desperately to be like Sanders Arts. Cause that was back when I was such a young, foolish fool. Honestly, that's okay. It's still, like, look at all the layers. My god, what is this? What is this? What are all these layers? Good, I'm, like, most of these are shading layers, which I forgive. Wait, which one of these? That's the line art? So I did do line art, but I also have, like, a bad sketch under it. Looks better without the shading, to be honest. I'm just gonna like flatten it all down into a single, or like, not flatten it all down, but I'm gonna remove all the stupid shading layers, and then we're gonna save it as a PNG, and then I'm gonna draw on top of the PNG. Like, the face itself is okay, but just, like, generally it needs a lot of help. Let's open, and get his, man, I was a bad person at art, man. Because last year I had like a goal. Last year I had a goal, and that goal was color. So I went from this, which is really, really bad, to having like strong. One sec, let me remove. To having like strong color. And like generally with like my art, even with my character design art stuff recently, I feel like the biggest fix I've done for my character designs is using better color this year. So going from that to that is good. Now I'm trying to do like more depth and stuff, which... But this is not what we're focusing on. We're focusing on redrawing whatever the hell is going on here. Let's grab a background color that isn't white, because white is bad. In fact, we're not going to have it cover up the full thing, because then I'll get too focused on trying to, like, do it how it is. We're just gonna have it go up here in this top corner. I've got like an hour, because some point I'm gonna have to go off and do things you do with your family on New Year's Day, but yeah, that doesn't really matter, does it? Okay, let's get my, we don't need the brush that big. Is it gonna be really laggy? Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad, to be fair. Okay, let's go onto Discord, because And I can talk to people if I want to. I don't know if that'll pick up though. Desktop. I mean, to be fair, nothing's really been happening, so let's just turn it down a little bit more. Okay, okay. Nice, nice. Oh, no, I don't think so, actually. I think it's gonna kill my... Yeah, it's gonna kill it. Okay, okay. That might be the shortest I've ever been on a Discord call before. Usually it is like multiple hours or something. What don't I like? I don't like the fact that like I've done weird sketches and like the shape language. Also the clothes. The clothes is really bad, but I don't like the shape language because it's like pointed over here, but then it's like rounded, I guess, over there, and then this implies that everything is rounded, which is weird. She's got like quite a button nose, so I feel like we're gonna keep that. Just not. That's a bit of a bulbous head. Like that, that's okay. I mean, she looks like slightly cocky to be like. It's an almost like cocky look of, oh, you pathetic creature. I don't know why, that's just the vibe she's giving off. So we're gonna. Also, I feel like giving her thick eyebrows would be cool because it'd be like in comparison to her having like very light looking features. She's then got like very strong, prominent eyebrows. Gonna give her like actual ear innards. I'll have her have like a generally like actually rounded chin. It's like the hair comes down forward and then rolls back over her shoulder like that more. And then according to this image, it's actually like more poofy at the bottom. One thing that I like more, like one thing that's kind of a double-edged sword that I like that I do nowadays is I don't do sketches. That's one thing that I did learn from Sanders Arts, but I do like that I've like incorporated into my style. Sketches I don't like. Because the thing is, I feel like I could like be sat on a sketch forever and like never like just committing to anything properly. So I like that in not doing sketches like I used to do. So I don't actually know what year I did this. One sec. I think I can check what year I did this drawing. Details. Butterfly. Or do I have to do butterfly girl? Okay, well it should be like B, so it was drawn 2 years ago actually. I thought it was only 1 year ago. But yeah, I don't know when I stopped doing sketches, but stopping doing sketches I liked. I like doing that. I think it's helped a lot with my art. Let's make the that's more expressive and I do like that, but I'm not. That's what I want. I want it to come. There we go. That's good, I think. I can actually do the chin properly. Nice. Okay. One thing that I do a lot with like butterfly characters is I have them have like some kind of hair tie in their hair to reflect like the antenna that butterfly have. And I feel like I'm just gonna do that again because I feel like it works and it's like reminiscent of Heather's and stuff. Yeah, so I think my main New Year's resolution for this year is like I want to make more dynamic poses and things. I like tried to do like stuff like that for this year and wanted to focus on that, but I ended up like doing like improving a lot more character design wise rather than like posy wise. I did some like cat studies, but generally I did like facial studies a lot of the time, which was good and I like, but isn't really what I was hoping to get better at for this year. So I'm kind of hoping I'll actually be able to stay on the course or not, or like otherwise I'll probably like still be improving something, but just not what I want to. Because I feel like getting good at dynamic poses, like character design, if I'm doing character design folio, is like useful because that is like something that I'm really interested in and something that I would probably want to do for college and university, being able to do cool character design stuff. But like dynamic posing is at least a little bit more interesting to me. So we'll see, won't we? This is gonna end up being my shortest stream ever. One sec. Let me. What is it? It's reflection. Let's have the thing actually load. See if anything's working. Okay, cool. It's working. Sad to check. So, alright, let's get back to it then. One thing I do want to switch up is this girl's outfit because, like, I know, it's bad. Like, I like what I've got going on at the moment for her, like, for the facial redoing. But I do want to have like the flower poking out this side actually. That's one thing I do want to do. I want to have the flower be like actually big. Maybe if the flower is big, then we do have a bow, but it's like a really small bow. Turns out to be a fox we all knew. kind of want her to be buff, but I also feel like she works with magic, so I feel like having her be super strong wouldn't quite make sense. But it would also be like a fun little subversion, because she's already, like, she's a butterfly, so she's intended to be soft or whatever, but she's not. Also, I feel like I did Butterfly Girl as, like, I was either being super clever and symbolic because I was like, it's the changing of the new year, butterflies represent change, so we're here. Or I was being really, like, I didn't realise that's what I was doing, which I feel like, or I was just like, ooh, butterfly, that would be fun and easy to add on without ruining the drawing. Ooh, I could have it so that she's not crossing her arms, but she's like holding one arm. No, that would be cheating. I need to prove that I can draw hands good now. Perception, what shall we use? Turns out to be the fox we all knew. Smile, I'm funny. One thing that's like true for this year, I hate to say it because like it's kind of unfair. I've kind of given up on YouTube. Not in a like, I think it's terrible though, like there's a lot of problems with YouTube and the like AI generated stuff, which I think is like a big factor in what I'm about to talk about. I just like, I know, at the beginning of the year when I had my old channel, I was super invested in like creating content and things like that. And while I still like making videos and posting videos and getting responses and talking to people, and like I acknowledge I would not be here without YouTube because like there's so many friends that I've only been able to make because of YouTube. And so I'm not like gonna delete it or anything. I would not survive a week if I tried deleting YouTube. But like, I'm just not gonna be invested in it. Not how I was before. And I feel like you can already kind of tell that considering previously I was like constantly making YouTube shorts and I've kind of not done that at all recently. So there's gonna be like, I like community posts because one, that's something that as far as I'm aware, and as far as like people on YouTube are aware, YouTube can't AI anything into that or like edit. Like there's the AI comments that people like where it recommends suggested AI responses, but compared to YouTube Shorts, which get like filtered and have AI upscaling on them, as far as I'm aware, community posts don't have anything like that on them yet. I don't considering like the premise of community posts, I don't think they're ever going to include anything like that either, though, unless they do like, oh, we've taken this really long YouTube community post and we've condensed it down for so it's easier with like a little AI summary, which they've done with like YouTube descriptions and stuff. So I'm not like, and like the thing is, I'm just not gonna like use it too much, or I'm probably like, there's a lot of videos, ideas and stuff that I want to do, but I tend not to be able to finish them that much anyways. So I think it's generally just I'm not gonna do YouTube shorts as much, which was the main thing when I like just started doing YouTube that I found appealing, because I didn't like using TikTok, so I liked YouTube Shorts instead. But I'm not gonna make YouTube Shorts anymore, and unless I've like already been making a project or it's like something that I'm super invested in, I'm not gonna like go out of my way to make YouTube content, if that makes sense. I'll still like post my art there on community tabs, and I might make YouTube shorts if like I think it's an important thing that I want to talk about or something like that. But I've never made long form videos, and if I did make long form videos, it would probably just be like what's it called? I don't know. It would like, the main thing is any kind of recording software really slows down Fire Alpaca, and Fire Alpaca does have ways of doing. It has a time lapse mode thing, or it's got file. Yeah, it has time lapse options, but it's just I'm really terrible at ever remembering to actually like not log in, but like press record when I'm starting a time lapse thing. And because it's not automatic, I don't have any of the time lapses, so I need to be like actively aware that I'm making a video or something. And then even then, I don't know how I'm supposed to like send it to myself, really, or just like be able to share it to a place where I can then edit it. And like I could probably use Filmora or something and then email myself what I make, but I don't know how to use any other editing software besides CapCut. So like unless I figure that out, there's probably not gonna be much content from me, if at all, besides community posts and live streams, which I do like live streams. However, I am like tempted to try and move over to Twitch rather than YouTube for that kind of stuff. Just because, I don't know, I feel like Twitch I might be more likely to have people join who haven't seen my channel before. Because you have like randomizing options and stuff, and you can just like scroll through the live streams, whereas YouTube you don't really have that unless you're like searching out for it. And also generally I think there might be more art YouTubes, or not art YouTube, but like art live streams going on over there, because that's where people go for live streams generally. So like the biggest changes that might happen is me live streaming on Twitch rather than YouTube, and then just like being more aware that I probably won't like post actual videos unless it's a project that I've been working on for a while that I just find like life series animatics and stuff that I'm still more like I might do, and if I do map parts then I might post the map part stuff that I do on YouTube, but generally it's not like there's gonna be a big, I don't know. I think it's more just like my New Year's resolution isn't going to be do more YouTube stuff. It's just gonna be like come at it, go at it where it comes. I do want to focus on trying getting more commissions, so that might, like, if I do more YouTube stuff, then it might be in order to get more commissions. Which I know, I feel weird about posting commission stuff on YouTube because I'm not sure like how many people will actually go for it. I feel like I'm more likely to get stuff get commissions if I try and hammer Instagram. But again, I don't know. Instagram's cool. Instagram's got a lot of cool people on it and stuff, but it's just I'm more likely to accidentally run into family members on Instagram, which isn't a bad thing. It's just not the best because then I can't post all of my life series fan art. Or if I'm like posting a bunch of Warrior Cat stuff, then it's gonna I know it's just gonna people have their opinions on both of those things, so it's more of a stress, I suppose. And also, it's just hard to remember. YouTube is like to be fair, YouTube is like my life, and I do have it like as one of my core apps on the bottom, where you can like pick apps that you might like most likely want to use. My top apps are Discord, Safari, YouTube, and Apple Music. So I know. What the fuck is this? Okay. Oh. Oh. I need to not watch, I need to read Midnight Strangers, because I've not read the latest Midnight Strangers episode. Episode? I'm really, really. It's because I hear strangers, and currently I'm like, strangers things? Okay, I need to focus up, focus up. The thing is, I want to put music on in the background so I can focus better, but like, I'm also streaming, and I could put my headphones on, but then it'll be embarrassing when I start singing in the background, and like, I've just zoned out and I don't notice that there's now other people watching me. Okay. I feel like there's more I can do character design wise, but I'm slightly holding off until I have. Run, rabbit, run, fast as you can, don't look back. Don't look back. Tear you apart. Get out while you can. I kind of want to be her to be really buff, and I like. She's got magic, and she's a funny butterfly girl. I like the skirt, to be honest, like the weird like almost also butterfly skirt. Like that's a cool shape. And then like the fact that it's got no back to it is cool, but like the top half is lacking, and it's a cool like silhouette to have large, almost boxy, and then just like a really flowy skirt almost. But I feel like there's gotta be more. We could have that, and then almost if this is like a jacket or something, and so it comes down like that, and then small waist or something, or like tank top maybe. If this doesn't even, like, it's got shoulder cutouts, and then this is a tank top. And then that's the outfit. This could be like their own thing when it comes around. And this could have like a belt or something. I like that outfit. That's a cool outfit. So we're gonna do that now. Let's get a second layer actually. We're just gonna. Speaking of things happening in the new year, I don't know if I was doing that before I came to decide that I want to talk about this. I started writing a whole ass paragraph about how I was, like, my thoughts about Stranger Things, because my friend, he knows who he is if he comes back and rewatches this. My good friend Coconut got me to watch Stranger Things with him. Oh, not with him, but like for him. And so I've watched that because he mostly because he swore to me that queer things would happen, and he was right. In his defense, he was right. Just very sad queer things. But yeah, basically I'm dying, and Stranger Things is the cause. My family does not believe in the gay boys happening, so. But yeah, I wrote what I was going on about before I so rudely interrupted myself is that I started writing a whole paragraph on the fact that I reckon that if Mike Wheeler is any sexuality within the queer community, he's demisexual, and like probably bi as well or gay. I like one of the two. It like that bit doesn't matter to me as much. I don't mind whether he's bi or gay, but like canonic, like I feel like he's demi, which for people who don't know, essentially is when you don't have any strong sexual attractions to anybody until you've formed a really super close emotional connection to someone, at which point you might start having romantic like sexual feelings for others. I feel like that fits him really well just because I don't know. Hi Feather, I was talking about Stranger Things because I'm Coconut has caused me to be delusional with him. Oh, hello as well. We're going. Yeah. Yep. Damn. Oh, well, you joined it just for right time. Okay. Important question. Don't worry, Feather, I won't spoil anything. You should watch it though. It's actually okay. I didn't think it was gonna be as good as it was, but like I started watching season 5 so my friend could spoil me without feeling bad for giving me spoilers, and then I went back and rewatched a bunch of other stuff. It's actually really good. It's pretty good. But yeah, the important question though, do you like Mike and Eleven or Mike and Will? This is the thing. Cause I mostly watch it. Yeah. To be fair, I don't know why I'm asking, considering it's my channel. If you've been recommended my channel and you're shipping 11, like the algorithm has done some crazy backflips to get you here. Um, I was talking about how personally my headcanon, or like what I want to be true for the show, is I want Mike to be demisexual, and I don't really care whether he's like bi or gay. Personally, I just think that it should be canon that he's demi, and that the fact that he and Will have been like best friends and so close for so long, and that they've got such a strong emotional connection is why he likes Will, rather than whether he likes boys or girls or not. That's like personally, I think it works better than just being like, oh yeah, no, he was never into women, or he was never into boys. I feel like that makes sense, especially like if they do end up doing him and uh L, because I feel like then it's like, oh yeah, they've formed this super close bond. Anyways, that's my personal opinion. You got first comment on chapter 14. Also, I still haven't read Midnight Strangers. No, I've read most of it, but I haven't like read the newest chapters, which is like thank you so much. That's I'm building up like mental strength before I like go into there, because I'm like scared. I want to live in the world where good things are still happening to like I'm aware that he's kidnapped either way, but like oh, that's the wrong way. It has a okay, that significantly reduces my terror. Perfect, lovely. You better not be lying to me. I will find you. Just so you know, if you're lying to me, Feather, you will never escape. Anyways, yeah. Super wholesome. I don't it's such a weird angle to draw a shirt. Midnight Strangers. Do you know what like Hermitcraft and the Life series is? Cuz basically Midnight Strangers is this wonderful fan fiction. That's that's okay, don't worry. It's this wonderful fan fiction that's based off of that Minecraft series. And it's really good. Does that fix it? Yeah, that looks like an actual shirt now. that is that Minecraft one could be could be I like how it's just that Minecraft series now. Yeah. Well, to be fair, I don't know if you thank you. I don't know. That might be the first time I've been called funny. I don't know. Maybe. Actually, well, in a non-mocking way. Who knows? I feel like there's been a lot of "you're funny" mockingly, mostly from my brother, but like wins. Wins all around. Okay, let's I don't know, do I've done I past me was so ambitious with his drawings, it's crazy. Because what is this pose? Like, it's really bad, and now I have to redraw it, and it's just obnoxious. I can't believe he's done this to me, really. If I get a time machine, I'm just gonna go back into the past and say, keep drawing terribly, and that way, when I get back to the future, all my past drawings have a lot less like annoying stuff in them, and then I can just be automatically better without having to try as much. To be fair, actually, that wouldn't work because then there would be a paradox where I never get better at drawing, and then I... past past Twig is absolutely just a creature filled with spite. That's basically all that he is. He's fueled by spite, and that's it. That's all he's fueled by. I mean, like chai tea, spite and chai tea, and that's it. Also salads. Past Twig ate so many salads, it's insane. I can't. He was what a weirdo, to be honest. I can't believe he did that. However, I've grown past my salad addiction, and I don't like do that anymore, which is perfect. It's it's actually the three thing. I feel like I'm the Spanish Inquisition now because I keep adding another thing to the list. He was fueled by spite, salads, and FNAF music, and that's it. But those are the three things that fueled everything he did. But we're good now, I think. I hope. We'll find out. Okay. To be fair, past me did just do a plain t-shirt, and it was future me that decided I'm giving them an intricate outfit, so oh, bye. Thanks for coming and hanging out for a little bit though. It was very nice. See ya. Oh. Tense exclamation marks. Okay. Chai lattes are really good though. Like, chai, just amazing. Like, it's see the thing is, I think it's because I'm British that I'm like, oh, lovely tea, lovely awesome tea. I'm fueled by tea. So like I feel like being British and saying that I run on drinking tea is kind of redundant. But like it's true though. It's the best way to start the day. That's fair, fair. Don't change the status quo when the status quo is having a chai latte. I'm just gonna go all the way to the bottom because otherwise it's gonna look really weird. Okay, time to do some weird erasing stuff. Actually, no, there's more shirt. What am I doing? Actually, no, I'm just gonna do some weird erasing shirt stuff, and then I'm gonna do the other erasing stuff later. and hope that it all works out fine. And not super weird looking, because I will be shocked if it doesn't look at least a wee bit weird looking. Whoa! I see, the thing is, I think drinking tea should be normal for everybody. Like, just because we're British, we don't have, or we shouldn't have a monopoly on tea just because we're British. Personally, I feel like it feels crazy for me to say, because I'm going against everything my ancestors stood for. But personally, every other country should normalize drinking tea as much as British people do. Like, it's such a good drink. And, like, it's a good amount of, like, the thing about coffee is for non-coffee drinkers, it's really intimidating. Coffee as a drink feels like it's a very mature caffeinated drink. So I feel like tea is also like a hot caffeinated beverage, and it's a good like tea or like a good coffee alternative. Like they're intrinsically different drinks for different purposes. But for people who don't like coffee, I feel like drinking tea should be normalized a lot more. The thing is, I would join the debate club at my school, but I'd just be too good at it, I fear. I'd just like overshadow absolutely everybody and would just be like so amazingly awesome at you know, debating that nobody would know what to do. I'd run unopposed in every debate. I really hope I really hope I've improved my sarcasm with that one, because okay, like, unpopular opinion for basically every person in my year group that like I know in the UK and at my school and stuff. Energy drinks like Monster and Red Bull, gross. And it's not even like I haven't tasted them, but like I find them gross just because I hate the smell. The smell for me is too much. And I would like I would be fine if like my problem with Monster or whatever isn't, oh, it's so much caffeine or it's really unhealthy for you or whatever, or you're gonna have a heart attack. No, I would be perfectly fine with everybody drinking Monster and Red Bull and whatever in school if they just didn't smell that bad. Cause people like dump the cans in the bathroom toilets at my school, and then you have to go in there and it smells disgusting and I hate it. So yeah, petition to make them smell less bad. That's that's all I want. Like, same kind of the same thing with vapes. I like, people have valid reasons for using vapes. I don't like, I have a stronger dislike for them because they are like actively terrible for people's healths and stuff. But my biggest problem with like vapes physically is the fact that they smell really bad. And like, I wouldn't use them if they didn't smell like that way, but I would like be more okay with other people using them around me and stuff. That's fair. Like, I understand I understand the appeal because it's like energy drinks generally. I get why people like energy drinks. It's just too much for me. And maybe one day I'll actually try them, but for now at least I'd rather not. want to watch Lego Monkey Kid again, but I don't know where I can. I think YouTube has all the seasons and stuff, but like it's just really annoying because we had it iPlayer and not iPlayer, the other one, Amazon and ITVX, and now it's not on either of those anymore. And it's such a good show, and I mostly just want to watch it so I can watch Macaque again because he's awesome. But like, that's fair. Oh, I used to. Once upon a time, I had an absolutely disgusting Coca-Cola addiction. Um, I don't know if I have pictures, but I had like a massive pyramid of Coca-Cola in my bedroom. I had like a big old like a pot full of all the like not Diet Coke though, just full on Coke, and I had all of the tabs in a like pot, and I made like tab chainmail one time. Super cool, really cool. It was awesome, and I think I've lost it now, which is really sad. Um, but somewhere I need to see if I have a picture of this actually, because it was so bad. Like, we have. I keep saying like, and it's really putting me off. We had. What was it? Like, school fairs, a Christmas fair, where you would have like a shop or a stall or like a game or something at the thing, and you had to do it for business class. And me, in my acknowledgement of my absolutely disgusting Coca-Cola addiction, bought in like 20 cans of Coca-Cola, little like plastic bowls, and then we did like knock down the can game, and then you would get sweets if you knocked down all the cans. Um, and I got quite a bit of money from that, to be fair, but like it was kind of funny when people would walk over and just see this absolutely atrocious like tower of Coca-Cola cans. Used empty Coca-Cola cans. I don't have the picture anymore. That's disappointing. I'm disappointed in myself for not having the picture of a giant giant tower of Coca-Cola. Hello friend. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to my ramblings. The ramblings of a madman. That's a good way to put my channel. But yeah, thankfully I have improved my I'm now in a constant state of drinking Coca-Cola, which is pretty good to be honest, because it was really bad before. And so now hopefully I won't die of a heart attack because I was drinking so much sugar. We'll see though. It could still happen. Because the amount I was drinking, there was. My biggest shame is that there were a couple of days where I had 3 cans of Coca Cola a day. And it's. However, one thing that I like. Also, one thing that's really crazy throughout all of my time of being addicted to that really bad drink, what I never learned and only learned recently is that there's a way easier way of opening cans if you like push down on the center of the tab that's like next to where the opening is. If you push it down, then it lifts the other end up and then it makes it easier to open up the can. And I wish I knew that. But I only found that out like sometime. I feel like it was sometime earlier this year, actually. I feel like I don't know, time is pretty weird. Ooh. Like, let your dad let you go? I, like, I wish I lived close enough to do something like that, or like go to a TwitchCon, but it would be so much traveling for me, like, which not sustainable. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not good at convincing people of things. I mean, that's relatively a lie. Sometimes I can just be like, hey, make me this, not make me, but like, ah, oh no, I knocked Chikorita off of my pin thing. But like, convincing people of stuff, but like never intentionally. I can never intentionally convince people. It's always like super subtle, and then I manage to like somehow. Yeah, that's all right to be like. 4 hour flight is. I mean, it's still quite a lot to be fair. Any flight is rough. Like, I think for me, like the closest I could get to something like that would be Comic Cons. Which Edinburgh, which is quite close to where I live, usually has a Comic Con. So that's like driving distance. But any like intentional thing, anything that's for like a specific thing that I'm really interested in, tends to be like London or Glasgow or something. And so then that's a lot more trying to like convince and like planning for actually doing it. So okay, we wanted to do this other bit of sleeving. Oof. The good thing about the UK, I feel like I have to list all of the good things about the UK whenever I stream. I'm always like, and here's another great thing about where I live. I'm kind of the poster boy for like promoting this country. One good thing is that everything is really close together, which means it is like you don't have to take flights from one place to another. Usually it's all like driving distance from away. Honestly, you should. Frankly, the worst thing about the UK, Tories and like train strikes. Those are like there's other problems, but like those are the two big things. And I feel like if you're living in America now, Tories are like less obnoxious, like really far right wing people. I mean, they're still obnoxious and terribly annoying, but like they're less religious about it, which is pretty handy. Generally, those are the two biggest problems you face coming and living in the UK. Because the biggest problem about America is solved in the UK. The biggest problem is solved in the UK. Because jaywalking isn't a thing. It isn't a crime. You can just walk across the road. And that's the biggest problem America has right now, I've got to be honest. You guys can't just walk across the middle of a road, which is insane to me. Like, in the UK, it's so normal. You just have to, like, people driving, you just gotta be careful because suddenly some person might walk out into the middle of the road. But it's really good, but it's not illegal here because it makes everything so much easier. Yeah, but the thing is, everybody does it in America and it's illegal and they shouldn't be doing it. And so drivers have like a really strong sense of like, oh, technically I'm supposed to be on this road. What you're doing is a crime. And so they're less anxious about it. In the UK, drivers are more aware that people will just walk out into the middle of the road. And so generally there's less accidents from it, which is good. It's awesome. there's a lot of other American issues, but like, I don't know, me personally, I feel like jaywalking would be the biggest issue. Like, I can't think of anything else that would get me in trouble in America. Like, there's absolutely nothing that I could possibly think of that would get me attacked or harassed if I went to the great US of A. Like, I feel like I should have a little text bubble that says sarcasm in the middle of it and have it like just like an animation that I can summon whenever I need to that's just like sarcasm, 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 because I don't think I do it very well. Yeah, that's probably a big factor to be honest. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know what's going on with me today. I keep finding little vocal tics and then repeating them a bunch, which weird. Turns out to be the fox in the afternoon. And then we're doing the second sleeves. This girl's so rich she has 2 pairs of sleeves. That's crazy. Hello! Welcome, friend. Okay, what? I'm trying to decipher what I need to fix after this. Because I feel like I could just start doing colouring if I'm honest. It'd be like really lazy colouring. Because I do have to go be social with my family at some point. But or I could do, to be fair, in the original image, I again made so much work for myself by having the like side facing view and then the little one. So maybe I do the little one as well, and then I try to do some really rushed colouring. I'm gonna slide this outfit drawing off to the side so I don't accidentally erase it and then forget what it's supposed to look like. That's not. Aha, space. I like when I discover that I've got space to put stuff on my canvas. It's nice when everything fits into like little boxes that I've designated for them. It's great. Angular drawings. One thing I love about like how I've improved in my art is everything's a lot more angular now, which means things like slide together way better, and that's awesome. Okay. Dang it, now I have to actually do, what's it called, anatomy? Oof. I'm not, that's one thing I haven't worked on at all this year. You can't seriously expect me to know how the human body looks. That's insane. Okay. Why is my rubber so big? Why do I keep doing that? Okay. Keep my secret. I'm one of the evil ones that have square bases when they're drawing faces. Oh, thank you so much. It's been a lot of hard work and stealing things I like about other artists' style to get me here. Okay, the thing is, it's gotten to a point where what's going on? let me just hide the viewer count in the top corner actually, because it's like, because I think the thing is super laggy, and so one of them's always wrong. Thank you, people. This is. I don't know what the context for "so evil" at is, because clearly I said something, and now I don't know anymore. Who was evil? Okay, let's do an actually interesting pose, because this previous pose was bad and like stiff, and like clearly I wasn't intending it to be good, but oh, square bases are evil. Thank you for giving me context. Oh, that makes me really happy actually, because I wanna when I'm older and like doing art as a full-time career, and like, you know, I don't know, whatever artists do when they're older, I want to like be an animator and or storybook artist, because like comic artist would be the peak, because I'm really bad at working in teams, and I feel like animators, you really have to be in tandem with everybody else. Artists or like comic book artists, you have to be in line with like the director and the script, the person who's like writing the text and stuff. But generally, like, it's more okay to. The social anxiety gets me. But we're good. Okay, let's make this look actually decent. Let's try. Why not? That would actually be good for my image if I. Okay, so we're pretending there's like a weird suspicious magic spiral going on. That's what's going on there. And then we're like, ooh, we're looking at the spiral. I I would want to watch the show with your doomed silly Urioses, by the way. Like, that would be peak. Give me honestly, yes. Love Magical Girl Yuri. Personally, like, I love the lesbians, but I feel like we need more gay shows. It's like a weird thing where I feel like there's a lot more lesbian queer shows or like animated queer shows than there are like openly openly gay ones. And I just I feel like we need more shows that have like strong openly gay leads that like get together into relationships, because I feel like there's a lot of lesbians out there, and we always need more lesbians, but we could also do with some gay boys. Awesome! Peak! Okay, sorry. Awesome gayness. Feather, name me an animated show that features a gay couple. Like, man gay couple. Because every cartoon show that I think of that's queer is like She-Ra, and it technically does have two gay men in it, but and that's Bo's fathers, but it's always like background characters, which yay, but also I know. She-Ra, the Owl House. It's always gay dads. It's always two background character gay dads. Wait a minute. That maybe that's just two shows. Maybe that's just two shows, and I don't know. Maybe I just need to watch more TV. Capo? Yeah, I need to watch more TV because I've like seen that on Netflix and I've like noted it and I've been like, ooh, that looks like a cool show to watch, and then I haven't. So I need to if it's did it like it has a gay main character, but does the gay main character get into a relationship during the course of the show? Because like I feel like the lesbians are more likely to like be in a relationship. Lesbians are more likely to find love than gay people. Okay. Okay, I do need to watch that now then. Okay, maybe that's a New Year's resolution for me. Watch more queer shows. Okay, yeah. Thank you for giving me that warning. I will. There's a lot of like Netflix has been taking a lot of stuff off. To be honest, it's scary. Okay, one. I feel like I just find all the queer baiting shows. I've seen some Heartstopper. Like I've had like two Heartstopper phases where I was like into it briefly, and then I kind of stopped, and then I was into it again briefly, and then I kind of stopped. I don't understand, and it's like it's killing me because apparently Shira's coming off of it soon. I was like, I came to clans, I not clans. I came to Legendary Defenders of the Universe Voltron later and stuff, and so I like wasn't. I was lucky enough to like be able to binge the whole show before it came off, but then it got taken off like shortly after. Netflix does just like they keep losing all the good stuff, and it's sad. It's sad because otherwise there's no good stuff because Disney doesn't have anything good. Wait, did I? Wait a minute. I didn't. I just realized I just completely didn't give her any feet last time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Man, now I've made one foot in a weird pose. I need to find a way to have it like counterbalanced without looking weird. Why do I do this to myself every time? Sometimes I do think subconsciously I'm finding ways to make things so much harder for myself. If only I cared about my own mental health, I wouldn't I wouldn't do this every time. Oh well. We struggle and we survive. Okay, that to be fair, for all my grumbling, that is a much nicer pose than before. Which leads me on to what my main honestly good idea. I get real. See, the thing is, I always have like a mental health kick during the year, and at some point, I'm like, man, I should actually talk about my feelings and like talk to people about stuff. And then at some point, I like just stop, and then it's like a whole nother 12 months before I actually remember. Wait a minute, remember when I was caring about myself enough to do that? That's funny. Okay, okay. Yeah. Main like okay, so the New Year's resolutions that I've got so far, that I've come up with so far from this stream, is resolution 1, watch more gay shows. Resolution 2, uh get better at poses, because I want to make cool dynamic poses, and I've gotten better at character design, and now I need to get I I think I'm aware of what like I don't know what her name, like Ginger Ninja, like I think I'm vaguely aware, but like I don't really understand it. I think as far as I'm aware it's their OCs, but I don't know any of the story behind it. So if it is that. Whoa. Magical girls? Okay. 2025 worst mental health year? Pretty accurate, to be honest. It's so bad. I I don't know. I don't know what happened this year, but something happened, and 2026 is going to be the year of mental health. Maybe. Let's I mean, we'll see. Maybe it won't. Maybe I'll just pretend that I like my mental health by eating salads again, cuz that was that's how that started. You got a hyperfixation on the prison stuff? I kind of really want to get into it, but I just don't fully understand it, and I feel like I'd have to put a lot of time into figuring out what it is, uh, which I need to spend watching all of Cowboys. That's another New Year's resolution. I need to watch all of Cowboys SMP, which is so much content. Oh my goodness! And then I need to watch all of Vampires SMP, which is also a lot of content. I have to consume everything basically. Oh, I love giving them little antennae that are just their bows. That's so fun. Ooh, okay. I can consume that much content. I love giving butterfly characters massive flowers in their hair. It's so fun. Okay, I will attempt to consume. I will find time in like the next 5 days while I still have any of my own time to watch all that stuff. Okay, so adding to the New Year's resolution list. Um LGBTQ plus movies. I don't watch enough movies to have that many good recommendations besides like the really obvious ones. Hello, welcome to the stream, friend. Like Nimona, if you haven't seen it, but I feel like you probably will have. I don't know. Like my brain is telling me I've seen other ones, but I don't really know which ones I'm thinking of. So, Feather, have you watched any good movies that are gay? Oh, Nimona is so good. Nimona is epic. You should absolutely watch it. I think it's still on Netflix. I'm pretty sure it should be. But it's epic. It is so good. Whoa. Oh, I love expressions. Look at this girl. She's experiencing magic. I'm trying to. I feel like there's other ones that I've seen, but it's just they're not like ringing a bell. Oh, wait, is it not? Oh, or no, you haven't seen. Yeah, okay. More good gay movies. I don't know. I can't. I mean, like Mitchell's versus the Machines isn't like openly queer, but it's like it's good like sort of outcast representation sort of thing. Flushed Away? I haven't seen Flushed Away in so long. I need to watch Flushed Away. That's another thing that I need to put onto my list of things that I need to do in the new year. Okay, let me put my phone away, otherwise I'll just get sucked into it, and I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna publicly have a like mind numbing experience where I just start scrolling on my phone. I'm because the thing is, most of the shows that I start watching because there is like some kind of representation in it. Because that's just what I like. But I do not. I'm sad, but I can't think of anything else, which is upsetting. If you're gender fluid, then Nimona is gonna be absolutely wonderful for you. I'm gonna tell you that. Like Nimona, like gender fluid or people who are like trans and stuff, absolutely brilliant movie in that respect. Like it's just brilliant as a whole, but like that respect, absolutely wonderful. Okay, I need to like make a plan for when I'm gonna stop because it's okay. I'm gonna have to stop in half an hour because I said I would stop at 8 so I can go experience the joys of the new year with my family. Okay, I will do those two things. I am nothing if not somebody who will basically consume any media their friends tell them to. I that's that's just what I do. But yeah, I'm assuming I'm assuming both of you like I know Feather's from America because I know where they live. I'm stalking you, Feather, by the way. I know everything about you. um, but yeah, I'm assuming you're both or like most people watching are American. In which case, haha, I'm in the future. See, the thing with me is I get told about something and then I typically like go home and immediately consume it. I don't give myself time to forget. That's what I generally do with homework as well, where I'm like I just got to do it like right now. Unless it's like such a big thing that it is going to take me a really long time to like learn everything about it, in which case it's going to take a lot longer for me to like ever get through it or even get started on it because then it's like a lot more intimidating, especially if I don't end up liking it. Dang. Dang it, so you're even further in the future than I am. Okay, well, at least I get to be mean to Feather and. Well, not be mean. I was just gonna be like, do you want to know anything about 2026, guys? Because I can be like. I can give you all the secret information about 2026 that ahead of time that you don't have. It's a handy way of doing the like learning about people's interests and stuff. It's homework for your friends. Cause when I'm one time my friend Coconut asked me to like talked about how they liked the band Ghost, and then I went home and then I listened to as much Ghost music as I possibly could that day, so that I could like be. It's 8:30 for me, so get wrecked, Feather. I'm gonna tell you all the things you don't want to know. I'm gonna spoil 2026 for you. I'm gonna get there and then I'm gonna be like, hey, by the way, guys, this is everything that happens in at the start of 2026. So be prepared. That's my very evil plan. See, this is the thing. You should have got a friend that won't spoil the next year for you. that's not what it's like, just a small bump. It's not like a massive thing. I think that's better. Dang, and I did so well making those legs look actually good, and now I'm just covering them up. That's crazy. This is why anatomy stinks, because you don't see half of it, because it's all under clothes. My evil art advice is don't do sketches, don't learn anatomy. Okay, and we're gonna actually give her feet and shoes this time. And it's probably just gonna be sandals, because sandals are like easier than actually making them look good. Especially considering such awkward angles that I've decided to draw these like feet at. It's crazy. Also, I feel like it fits more with the character because it's very summery. The thing is, I want to be good at sketches, but the problem, well, it's more I want to be good at line art, but the problem is I can't do line art really well because I'm never happy with the brush sizes for line art because I always end up making the brushes too small when I do it. And also, like, I get really stuck up on doing the like full on sketch. So when I'm like I not like okay, let me restart that sentence. Since I've been like getting better at drawing, my biggest like thing that I think has improved me is just doing like just using my sketch as the line art and then like cleaning it up rather than actually going over it a second time. I feel like that's personally helped my art look a lot better because it makes me like get less hung up over little things, I would say, because it's all I know, it's all small picture. No, it's all big picture. And then when I come into it later with like because I generally I would consider my style more digital painting rather than rendering, and so when I like paint details over it later, I can add more of the details and clean up anything that I think is a bit wrong. So it's all generally a lot looser. See, that's another thing. Having messy sketches for me was a massive hiccup because besides the fact that I could like keep changing things over and over again, which made me like struggle to fully understand what I was like going for, the other big issue was that every time I did go to do the line art, I didn't know which lines I was like actually happy with on the sketch. And so then I would end up having to like redraw it 20 times trying to find the right line that I actually want to go with. Cuz my things were really messy. My sketches were really messy. That's the word. Woo! I actually remembered the right word one time. That's crazy. Okay, one sec. Actually, I need to put the wings in. How did I do them last time? Did them like very... Must have got it wrong. Oof, yeah. That's See, that's another thing that the just doing a cleaner sketch thing solves, is you don't have like 20 odd layers, and so it solves like it means that you don't have nearly as many problems. Okay, one thing, I'll give you a little peek at another thing I've been working on before I do like some very rough colors for this. Um, I I love Honestly, I love redrawing stuff. Like, not line art wise, because that's obnoxious to me, but like doing just showing improvement and doing redrawings of my old drawings to like be like having visual aid, and like also helping me see what things I want to improve a lot better, like going into the future. Um, but yeah, so I've been doing another redrawing of this background that I've been like redrawing every year. And so this was the first year. This was the second year, which, don't get me wrong, I still really like. But my biggest problem with this one is that I find it really flat. I think the biggest improvement with it is the colors. There's much better colors, and I think generally I've done better colors between like the previous year for like in between those two gaps. I've done a lot better colors. Um and so those are like, that was a massive jump from there to there. And now I'm trying to draw it again, and like I really like this one, but I think which is why I'm like kind of struggling trying to do the third version of this, because like my thing is trying to make things more dynamic, which in this case is being more dynamic by having more depth to the image. I like That's why like most of my ideas aren't original ideas, because they've just been stolen from myself. So I've just been like redrawing a bunch of stuff. It's so fun. It's so awesome. Anyways, the other big difference between uh last year's and what I'm doing this year's, besides the fact that it's actually got more depth to it, is, you can't see, one sec. Let me move Fire Alpaca over a wee bit so you can see what I'm talking about. This is the layers for last year's. Yeah, I steal my own artwork. That's basically it. Last year had so like there's layers. One sec. So that was my initial sketch, and then there's the actual thing, and then that's little grass bits, and then those are the rocks, and then those are the other rocks, and then that's like grass stuff, and then that's trees, and that's bushes, and that's the ground, and that's sky, and that's trees, and that's like there's 20 layers, and I don't understand where everything is. And I think I was just like, anytime I wanted to go over something, I'd just add 20 more. That's kind of fair, because between these two, it's like slightly just shifted over because I thought it would like be better rather than being really focused on the rocks. And then this one's more zoomed out, because I feel like that makes it more. It gives me more room for depth, because I can add more like front facing layers. Because with this one, you've got the big rocks which are in the front, and then the trees, and then the other things. But it being more zoomed out gives me the opportunity for more what's it called, more depth in the image, and so that's why I thought doing that. But what I really like is the fact that currently, technically, this image only has 3 layers, because this is just the reference that I had, and then that's what like the sketch I did for it. And then those are base colors that I put in, and then the rest of it's just been one singular top layer where I've been painting. That's kind of where my like current art style is at this point, where instead of having 20 layers, it's just those 3 layers where I've got base colors, the sketch slash line art slash whatever, and then like it took me a while to get to that point because like for the longest time, even this original like image down like the first sketch like the first version of this drawing that I did 2023 actually. I need to remember that. This one had like 20 layers with like a bunch of different weird shading options and stuff. So like lowering the amount of layers has been really useful for me, or like trying to limit myself. Don't you say that, Feather the cat. I will fight you because your colors are amazing. I'm gonna actually Hunters, you gotta like hold me back because I will actively beat you up, Feather. Your amazing colors is like one thing that's like inspired me to try and be more experimental with my colors, because I was like really dull with them before, and I would only use like just like color wheel wise. Still, you're still either way, I'll still beat you up for saying that, because you're like a massive inspiration to me personally in like backgrounds and like just in color palettes. I don't don't down talk yourself. Don't down talk yourself. Don't you dare. No, bad. We can say things like, I want to improve my background, or I think I could use better colors, but like we don't say that because that's incorrect. That's objectively wrong. I'm making a face at the camera and I just I'm the thing is, I'm really bad at streaming. Sorry, no. I need to improve at streaming because whenever I'm like talking to the camera and aren't like actively drawing at the same time, then I do a lot of facial expressions and dramatic uh movings. Yeah, but that's like good though. I wish my school covered color theory. It doesn't. We're in like what Nat 5 art, and we have not covered color theory once, which is insane. The only time we covered color theory was in a photography enrichment class, which was like incredibly short, one period a week. It was like the most like not even an actual thing. It was also like one time during S1 where we didn't get any theory behind it. We just got a color wheel and then we had to color it in. On your own time? Down. Showing me up. What the hell? That's you coming to bat with doing your own color theory studying. That's honestly, I wish. Mostly I don't have the energy. I was about to say I don't have the time, but that's incorrect. I absolutely have the time to learn color theory. I just don't have the energy most days. It honestly, color theory makes like having a good sense of color can make or break a piece. Even if like you struggle with anatomy or you struggle with just anything else, having like good shape language or stuff, having good strong color theory is really good. That's a good one. Okay, what we'll have let's make you a really small image now so we can just like pick colors really vaguely. Oof, I've got like 6 minutes. I'm not gonna go over like a quarter past 9. I'm not gonna go past quarter past 9 because I've got to be sociable with my family for New Year's. Okay, come on. Let's hopefully be able to squeeze in some half decent colors. Excuse me, what are you doing? Yeah, I feel like that would be useful because generally I tend to think like a bit too wide. I'm very much these are the warm tones, and then that's like for me pink, like middle of pink to middle of yellow, and I don't really think about the other stuff as much as I should because there's like a lot more. Because for me, a color wheel isn't like half warm, half cold. For me, the color wheel is like 1/3 warm and then 2/3 cold. And so it's a lot harder for me to do like warmer color palettes than it is colder color palettes. Let's just do a big brush so I can block in stuff. And then maybe I'll either find another stream to finish it off or just like, I don't know, do it later. We'll find out. We'll find out how committed I am to finishing this. My hand is bad, what the heck? Okay, well, we're living with that mistake. Happy accidents. I try not to do like too many. The thing is, I very much lean into my preference colors. I my favorite colors are yellow, green and blue, and then like orange. And so purple, dark blue, and then like red and pink colors I very rarely tend to use. And I feel like I would be a lot better at art generally if I just used those colors more often, or like found places where I could use them more often. I feel like that would be a big like factor in improving how my art looks. Yes. Like favorite is yellow, but like my basically all of my wardrobe is sort of sage green colors. And it is that's yeah, no, it's all green. It's just green. That's all that's in there. Ooh, that sounds quite fun. That's very cool. I want it to be like mostly warm color palette, and then the blue is like a contrasting color here, because then it also goes against the... Honestly, that sounds really fun. Also, the poses is what I'm going for, because I've gotten, like, character design is something that I'm really interested in the future for, and so I want to be really good at, like, character design, and I feel like a good thing to improve for that is being good at having, like, cool poses that help with expressing character design through the poses. So that's definitely a strong thing that I want to get better at. I need to speed up because I've got 15 minutes before I need to end and go be sociable. Don't need but would like to. Perspective, that's that's tricky. I'm putting, like, perspective under poses because it's mostly, for me at least, I don't do backgrounds that much. So until the year where learning how to do backgrounds is my New Year's resolution, it's I'm gonna have poses include perspective, and then I get better at both of those, at least a little bit. Honestly, finishing a character, like finishing designing a character, is awesome because I've had, like, a lot of characters for ages that I never fully finished. For the longest time, my main OC twig, not the twig that's on my, like, on the thumbnail, but like my warrior cat's OC twig, he never had an actual design, and I would constantly just change it whenever I drew him. So it took me ages to properly get him a design that I liked. See you in the future. Thank you for coming along and hanging out. It was very fun and it was very interesting. So, hopefully I'll see you again if you ever want to pop back in when I'm streaming. It'll be a good time. Generally, that's all it is. It's generally a good time. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, and I hope you have a good start of 2026. Okay, okay. 11 minutes. Got 11 minutes to speed. Aww. Damn, I've been called funny twice today. This is awesome. This is actually peak. honestly, Twigs had so much change. I because originally he went through a bunch more trauma. Not that he's like lacking trauma currently, but originally Twig got like banished from the clans, but he wasn't banished with his boyfriend. He was like banished alone because Henry was straight, and it was a whole like wait, yeah, no. Originally, oh no. Dang it, I just remembered the most traumatic thing about original Twig Branch lore. In original Twig Branch lore, he was straight, which is crazy. I can't believe I can't believe I was ever going to represent myself with a straight boy. That's wild. Yeah, no, originally he was like we both know what's his name? Ashfur. He was like Ashfur core because he was originally he liked the medicine. He liked Flower Moon rather than Henry. And he was like he became best friends with Henry, and then he introduced Flower Moon and Henry to each other, and then Henry and Flower Moon started dating. Um, or like Flower Moon introduced Henry into Morclan, um, when Sunstar wouldn't let Henry into Forest Clan, and so it was gonna be a whole thing where he got super petty and vindictive, and then he forced Flower Moon into being a medicine cat, and he was just being like super angsty and like whatever. And then I was like, what the hell? What the hell is this guy doing? Clearly he's in love with his best friend and he's just projecting onto Flower Moon. And so then I gave them a happy ending because I couldn't bear to see, well, happy in like heavy quotation marks, because there's a whole thing with a guy and getting haunted by ghosts. It's because originally Twig died and then came back as a ghost to keep haunting people, and then the leaves were possessed by the spirit of Twig Branch. I find it funny that we both have the Sunstar OC, and as far as I'm aware, your Sunstar isn't nearly as much of an asshole as my one is. Because Sunstar is like, for me at least, just. He's a terrible father, and then additionally, he's like my man could have had it all. He could have had an awesome loving boyfriend, and then he decided to be straight and be like super petty and whatever. Like, what a fool. But yeah, my Sunstar is just a bad. He's yeah. Your Sunstar is a victim. My Sunstar is just he's an awful guy, to be honest. I mean, like, partly it's his internalized homophobia, and the fact he feels massive pressures, uh, like, to be a good leader that's better than his dad and stuff. And so he's got his own issues, but, like, my guy, your experimental polycule when you were younger gave your son so much trauma. It's insane, guy. Next time, you gotta end things on a good note instead of like murdering them. One thing I don't fully understand like in my own lore is the fact that they liked one person, like the evil ghost cat had like one friend in the clans, and then that friend ended up being like the first person that they kill when they come back to life. And so I don't fully understand why that is. So I need to figure it out and have actually lore that makes sense or something. I know that'd be maybe having lore that makes sense is too crazy. Who knows? I don't know. That's just how it goes, I suppose. Oh damn. That's some evil behavior from the killer. That's what a bad little feller for doing that. Honestly, it's atrocious behavior. Moonleaf? Damn. Honestly, that's epic. I I had to the person who was like the evil ghost cat. Wait, I have a name for the evil ghost cat. I wrote it down somewhere. One sec. Let me see what I ended up calling them, because I had like I was doing research and I had to fight really hard not to call them Moonleaf as that being the evil person, the evil cat's name. I had to try so difficult, or not try so difficult, um, try so hard to not just call them Moonleaf, because I thought, oh, I need to have them related to Twig Branch, and I need them to be like an opposite to Sunstar, but then like a reflection of Sunstar at the same time. My almost Moonleaf was isn't like Red Cat. I was like shocked for a second, and then I was like, no, they're more red than they are orange, to be honest. But I ended up calling them. I think it's Kindlestone, cause Kindlestone because like it relates to Twig Branch, but in a lot more of like a subtle way. Cause kindling and like that's like sticks and really fine shaved sticks down and stuff, and so I thought kindling would work on a twig aspect, but I also wanted them to be like related to Stone Star in a way. And so I thought stone would be funny because then it somewhat implies that Sunstar named Stone Star, or like Stoneheart, I'm pretty sure I called them Stoneheart after what's it called? Um After their old polycule member, which is funny to me cuz absolutely um what's her name? I think it's like Pool Leaf Pool Leaf absolutely was in cat heaven, looking down, and then like after they got killed, and being like, "Oh no, Twig Branch, it's not your fault. Twigpaw, don't worry." And then sees the kit, and then sees Sunstar being like, "Oh my god, I've got a new baby," and then is like, "What the hell? What about Twig?" And then when Sunstar is like, I am naming this strange kit Stone Kit. Like, it makes sense because he's grey, but like, Pool Leaf was absolutely in heaven going, "What the hell? Did you just name that cat after my murderer?" Even though they didn't know that Kindle Stone was the murderer. I know, it all makes me giggle and kick my feet that they're so tragic. Me when cats be tragic. And then it's just kicking their feet, laughing and smiling evilly. Okay, that's kind of it. Oh, I need to do the shoes actually. That's a good thing that I remembered. Let's give them blue shoes. Why not? Okay. I want to fix this actually. I want to make this like a brighter color. There we go. That's nicer. Alright. That's kind of gonna be it. I wish I could like do more like actual whatever, but I feel like the improvement for me personally is pretty clear. Like I like that it's all more stylized because this was me very much trying to copy Sanders' art style when I drew that, or when I drew the original image. And also I've got way better proportions now, which is good. And I'm gonna keep working on that into the new year. Which, speaking of New Year, I now have to disappear into the void and socialize. Le shock. Me socializing? That's crazy, I know. But I'm gonna do it. Which means I have to say adieu to you. And also, uh, was it? Let me do the YouTube thing. I gotta do the YouTube thing before I go. I gotta be like, and for anybody who's decided to watch this stream back, which to be fair, this time usually my streams are like 4 hours long, which is crazy to assume anybody would watch back. But if you have watched this and stayed to the end, thank you so much for coming and hang out. Hello! Thank you for joining us. I was just saying bye because I gotta go experience the new year. I'm really glad you think so. Yes! Peak. Awesome. Um, but yeah, so if anybody has watched back the stream, thank you so much. Like, maybe, I don't know. That'd be really nice of you. I would appreciate it so much. And I don't know, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Bye bye guys. I will see you in the new year. Do 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 do.